This video discusses 5 reasons why you should take Social Security benefits as soon as possible. Coming up next on Holy Schmidt.
Holy Schmidt!
Conventional wisdom says that someone should wait as long as possible, maybe even up to age 70, before taking Social Security benefits. Time and time again, surveys show that the greatest fears retirees have is running out of money in retirement. But there are clearly times when someone should take Social Security benefits as soon as possible. This video will cover off, in my humble opinion, what those times are, and you can determine whether they apply to you or not. Stick around to the end because the last point is more important than the first 4 combined. Point number 5 is that your limited time ahead is more valuable than the extra income that you would receive by waiting. Time is an invisible currency that has extreme value. That's why they call it spending time instead of using time, or doing time, which has a slightly different meaning. In a person's early years, they spend time getting ready for a job, getting ready for marriage, getting ready for a family. During these early years, time seems limitless. Summers seem never-ending, and the years ahead seem impossible to count because there are so many of them. In the middle part of their life, they spend their time doing. They spend their time working, raising a family, planning for the future. It's at this point in their lives that they realize time is finite. They realize this by watching their parents or their grandparents and what's happening with them. They trade their time for money, and for the lucky few, they spend their time in those years chasing their passions because they've tamed their lives already. In the back part of their life, time takes center stage. The currency of time has extreme value. They start to think about the things that they wish they had done or the things that they want to do, and the trade-off between time and money becomes much more of a blur. Time with a sick relative, time with your grandkids, time with your spouse, time doing the things that you loved when you were young, you can now do again because you have the financial means to move forward with those. You get the point. At this time in their life, money comes second to the stuff that they want to do, the people they want to see, the person they want to become in the future. Point number 4 is that your Social Security benefits plus your investment income can replace a majority of your earnings that you had when you were working. As important as everything I've told you is so far, ensuring that you have the funds to enjoy your retirement and pay the bills in your golden years is job number 1 before you enter retirement. I hear a lot of people talk about the fact that they never know when they're going to go, so that they're going to take Social Security at age 62. Protecting the downside of having more life ahead of you than money in your checking account is super important. Otherwise, all sorts of bad things happen that we won't get into here in this video anyway. By the way, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. YouTube uses the thumbs up in its algorithm to drive a video's results up in the search, and I want to help as many people as possible. Now back to the video. A good rule of thumb is the 80% rule, which says that your Social Security benefits plus the income from your investments should cover approximately 80% of your last year's earnings before you went into retirement. In reality, for some people it's a lot less than 80%. For others, it's a lot more than 100%. It just depends on how you live and actually how much you're benchmarking yourself against in terms of income. Someone who's making $35,000 a year their last year of retirement can't really go much lower than 80% of that number, but someone who is making $1 million can certainly go a little less than 80% of that number. A starting point is a free download that I have on my website called the Retirement Ready Checklist. If you'd like a copy of the Retirement Ready Checklist, simply go to holyschmidt.com/checklist and enter your information, and a copy will be emailed to you, absolutely free. If you're watching this video before April 1st, 2021, I'm putting the final touches on the checklist now, and you'll get your copy on the 1st of April. If you're watching this video after April 1st, you're good to go. It'll go out to you immediately. A special note, by giving me your email address, you'll be getting on my Schmidt list, so to speak. But I promise you won't be pummeled with me trying to sell you something That's not who I am. That's not why I started this channel. I am just here to help. I use the Schmidt list to let viewers know when a new video is released, and also if there's something of interest that I think might be important to them. And of course, you can unsubscribe at any time. Point number 3 is if you are taking Social Security to avoid incurring debt. Is it better to take a smaller Social Security payment now and avoid running up credit card debt, or waiting till later and paying down that debt with a higher Social Security payment? Well, if you actually need to make a choice, you may need to go earlier, especially if you're going to go deep in debt. If it's a small amount or a one-time emergency, that's a different story. But consider this one deeply, because you can't undo the decision to take Social Security early. Likewise, it's very hard to get out of deep debt once you get there as well. Point number 2, you're no longer working. If you're not working, it's unlikely you will breach something called the Social Security earnings limit. That's Social Security speak for having to give back part of your Social Security payment because you earn too much. Then it's just a question of if now is the right time to take Social Security or if you have better options. By the way, once you hit full retirement age, you can earn as much as you want. You can earn $1 billion and you don't have to give a dime of it back to the SSA. And finally, point number 1, super important. You're ready to take Medicare or you have private health insurance to cover you once you enter retirement. One of the biggest reasons people keep working is because they don't have an insurance option until they turn 65, and that's Medicare. And as I mentioned above, it doesn't usually make sense to both work and draw on Social Security because of the earnings limits that we talked about. I often see people trading off time and money in retirement because time has taken on a higher value, but I never see anyone taking the risk of going without health insurance when they go into retirement, even if it means that they have to work a few more years. So if at this point in your life, time is more important to you than money, and you have your insurance covered, it might make sense to file for Social Security early. It's just a matter of what you can afford and what you want to be able to afford both today and in the future. If you like this video, please make sure you click subscribe and notifications. I work very hard to take what's going on out there in the world of Social Security and get it in here on YouTube so that you can benefit from the work that I've done. Also, check out this video right here on the average net worth of a 62-year-old. You'll be shocked to know what the minimums and maximums are in this age group. This is Jeff Schmidt. Thanks for watching.